Well, we're back again. It's your boy Low, and you are listening to Low on the Listen to Low Show, brought to you by Sweet Fire Production. And remember what I said once, and I'm going to say it again. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Because you never know what you might miss when you listen to Low. The motivation quote today is, be yourself, because everyone else is taken. Why try to be like other people when God had given you the ability to do what he designed you to do? Stop following the people. Stop being a follower. How about just being a leader? Someone asked me the other day, do parents make D1 athletes or do coaches make D1 athletes? Well, you know what? Let me give you my take on that right there. I'm going to get right into it today about athletes, about football, about what's going on in the football world. I normally get on here and talk about the lives and mentoring you and impacting your kid, but I'm finding out that everyone that's following Coach Low for Life, a.k.a. the Camp King, is really listening to what am I talking about when it comes to sports and where am I guiding them, and what path they should take and what path they should not take. They want the information for someone that's credible, someone that's been through the process from when football was football and when football is now Moneyball. So I've been through the journey, I've been through the path, and still continue to go through it the very day as I travel the world, travel around the country, and talk to athletes and parents and seeing what's going on, what's their mindset, and what's distracting them, and what holding them back, and why they're so confused. But back to the question itself, that say, is a D1 athlete made by parents or by coaches? Well, you know and I know, if I get 2 parents together and both of them are athletes, and one's a track star, one's a football and a basketball star, they join their blood together, guess what you're going to have? An athlete right out of the womb itself. And that's the athlete. So he already got the ability to be the best. He might come out, end up being 6'2", 6'3". He can jump out the gym. He's fast like the mom was fast. He can catch a ball like the daddy can catch a ball. He got the body physique that's built. If you look at my traps and my shoulders, my whole family's like this here, but at the same time, I like to make sure people clearly have to understand. My mom didn't do sports and my dad didn't do sports. My mom might be 5'4", my dad might be 5'6". I'm 5'11". My other brother is 6 feet tall, right? So where did that come from? Where do we get that from? Well, my brother was a pretty good baseball player and a pretty good football player. I feel like I was a pretty good football player and definitely a good track runner. But where did that come from? Now, my mom and dad wasn't athletes. Or was it a purpose in life that God gave me because he knew I was going to be impacting kids all over the world? Well, yes, you got to start somewhere. And me and my brother, Darren, we started from just working hard. Well, let me go back. Let me back it up. And I want you, the parents that listen to this right here, did you play football in the backyard? Did you play on the road and then you run in the grass, you get tackled, but you're on the road, you get touched? Who created that? Did you play what we call sandlock in the dirt? Did you play, when the Olympics came on, did you walk across the monkey bars and flip off the monkey bars? Did you back up off the laundromat and flip off the laundromat on a mat, hit the mat and do another flip? Did you get a stick and find a ball and play baseball when the World Series was on? Did you make a crate, beat it against a wood tree, and get a basketball, which wasn't a basketball, actually was a softball or volleyball or just in a ball you can get? Sometimes we use the ball that you throw in a water ball, and we just play. We created our games, and we competed, and it was harder. How hard it is to shoot a basketball versus shooting a volleyball in a basketball goal? How hard it is to hit a baseball with a stick instead of hitting with a baseball bat? How hard was it? Very hard. But we made it. So we were up against different challenges, and we was young. Now it's not like that. Parents buying $500 bats now. They're buying the top of line basketballs now, right? They're buying the top volleyball. They're buying the best Wilson footballs. They're buying everything now. So back then, when no such thing as that, we created all of them sports equipment in order to be great. And we all came out pretty good. A lot of us competed to the highest level. As you can see it now, if you go back to even a little city like Apopka, right, have probably one of the most NFL guys in the Central Florida. Most state championship in Central Florida. Some of the fastest guys that came out there in Central Florida. Why? Because that's what we went through to get to that point. But now times are definitely changing. We know it's definitely changing. But back to what I was explaining was like when someone said, well, is the athlete made from the parent or from the coach? Well, all depends. Like I said, you got two top athlete, mom and dad. The parent gonna come out athlete. But we have two non-athlete, mom and dad. What's next? So when I answer that question, I explain it. What's next question? Well, the parent have to put the athlete in the situation to be the best, to be great, to be good, to tap into the talent. Talent is good, but we already know technique goes along with talent. So I can be the most fastest guy, but if I'm running left and right, eventually somebody can catch up with me because there's other mom and dad that's athletes. So I got two mom and dads that's athlete, and both of them have a son, and they're competing. One is trained by Coach Lowe, our soccer hip pocket, and one is just out there not training, going left and right. Who you think gonna win? So wait a minute. So that parent that was trained by Coach Lowe, that son wins. Because that parent put the son in a position to be great, to tap into his talent. Interesting, huh? So the parent put him in a situation to be good. That's the other side of it. But what about the non-parent, the non-athletic parent? That's the one that got to put their kids in training, and that kid have to do his part too. When you have a non-athlete parent, athletic parents, you have that kid have to do everything like I did. I was doing everything. I remember one time going to football practice. No, let me take that back. Going to track practice. Last one out there running the hurdles. Didn't have a ride home. Walked 2 miles home. Got home. Went down to elementary school, Phyllis Wheatley. Ran up and down the stairs, working on my power step, my power drive, snapping that first leg up. See, that's what I was doing when nobody was watching because I didn't have the most athletic parents. So then I told my mom one day, can you pick me up this day and if I can bring home a hurdle so I can jump over it? So she ended up letting me get the car. I drove up there, so she put me in a position. She gave me the car. I drove up there, got the hurdle, brought the hurdle home, took it to Phyllis Wheatley. Now running up the stair, snapping over a hurdle. Run up the stair, come back, run up the stair, snap over the hurdle, going up. And that's what made my lead leg so powerful, made me one of the top hurdlers in the state of Florida when I was in high school. So what just happened? So what's the scenario here? Two athletic parents bring athletic kid. Two non-athletic parents bring a non-athletic kid. The parent that put the kid in a position with a coach or a trainer that can help develop, that's who wins. So when all said and done, both a parent and a coach makes athletic kids. Just answer that question there. So I didn't want to get that out because it came out, and I wanted to point that out so you understand how it really works. Some got to work harder than others and do extra. Some of it take both. The parent put them in a situation and the athlete doing his part, and some are just athletic and they just put him in a situation and he just go and he do fine because he already have that edge. So that's the mindset right there on that. And like I say, that's why I like coming on here. When you're listening to Low, you never know what you might miss. Think about that for a moment and marinate on that for a moment because I'm got to turn gears right now. I'm about to change the game because the game has changed. Yes, you heard it right there. On Listen to Low, the game has changed. The game we know as football has changed. It's different. I'm never gonna. It bothers me that I can't even say I'm going to a football game or I'm gonna go help a kid at football. No, I'm going to watch Moneyball. It's because all I see out there is Moneyball. When I look at a head coach in college, when I look at him, and I know he probably don't want to do it, but he's not coaching football. He's coaching Moneyball because every time he called a play in, that play might have to will determine if that kid coming back or not. Them plays have changed. When I call a play, I got to make sure that all that money on that field get a touch. I got to make sure that that quarterback in a position. I got to make sure that O-line is in a position. I got to make sure every player on this field that's getting money get a touch. So now the offensive coordinator just can't coach the game anymore. He can't just go call the play to win. He got to call the play to satisfy the players. You say, well, look, come on, that can't be possible. Of course it's possible. An athlete, and I'm going to call out athlete right out of UCF, had a good season. He had a good season. Great catches, great touchdowns, started. I'm going to go in the portal. Why? Because that the coach could not give every ball to him. He gave him enough. Then another coach at another school say, I got some more money. We'll get the ball to you a little bit more. Come on over here. He's gone. Next. Think about what we just did. So now this coach got to replace him with another player. And it's a cycle all over again. So don't be mad at the college coaches when they make all these changes and adjustments, because they doing what the society wanted. I clearly remember when this organization came out saying they want to sue the NCSA or go through all that because they want the kids to get money for their name, image, likeness. And they said, screw college degree, screw a college scholarship. They want money. And kids do not want to graduate college. They want the money. Do not want to play foot. They don't want to go to school. They want money. They were already doing that anyway. Barely going to school, barely passing, barely graduating. They definitely not finna graduate now. A lot of them. Some of them going to graduate because they've been in school 6 years. They've been in 3 schools. Kids don't went to this school for 2 years, go to this school for 3 years. You got no choice but to graduate. Question is they graduate with their master's or their bachelor's? It make no sense if a kid go 5 years in school and only come out with a bachelor's degree. That's crazy. You say, well, why is crazy? Let me give you an example. My daughter gonna get her bachelor's in 4 years, but I'm gonna point this out. She had one school for 3 years. The coach said it's best for you to find another school. Because her 3rd year, she didn't have the best year because she came back off 2 injuries. The first 2 years, she's an All-American academic and all top 10 SoCon conference in 2 different positions. 3rd year didn't work as well. New coach, lost all their games. You know what? It didn't work out. They didn't see eye to eye. You need to move on. No problem. She moved on to go to another college. When she gets to this college, the credits don't transfer over. So now for the first time in 3 years, guess what she have to do? She have to go to summer school. Well, somebody got to pay for that summer school. And certain schools do and certain schools don't. They give you the financial aid, they give you all the extra, but it's not enough. So now the parent have to come out and support her while she's at summer school. Yes. So they get the financial aid, but it's not enough to pay for 2 classes so you can graduate on her own time. So now you're going to do all that transferring. Your financial aid now going towards summer school. You still don't have enough money. You got to pay it all up front. Up front, you got to pay it. Now you're away from home for the first time. You got to deal with that mentor not being around the family. You can't work at the intern down here that you had planned because you got to go to summer school up there. You can't really intern up there now. Look at the change of what just happened. She just went from 3 years, going to intern a 3rd year, down at home, graduate her 4th year, and be good. But instead, because the coaches have to make certain choices and do different things, she had a different school, got to take more classes to make her the class she lost, go to work, all up there, can't intern, and deal with it mentally. Man, because the mind knows summer, I do nothing. She was all prepared to go to intern. She already prepared, preparing for her career. Her career just got on hold for 2 months now because she got to go back and go to summer school. All I'm telling you is the game has changed. The game has changed. So I hope you parents are recognizing, you athletes are recognizing that you have to lock in. Don't let the money control you. Control the money. Marinate on that for a moment. I look at this. I call each day, I try to call one athlete that I train. I'm going to turn the tide. Let's flip the script a little bit. Each day, I try to talk to at least one of my athletes in college to check on them, see how they're doing, how things going. Give them some advice. Tell them what they should be doing. So I talked to one of my guys and I said, hey, what are you going to do to separate yourself from everyone else? I say, there are some things that kids, athletes don't want away from. Go back to it. Don't totally forget the old school things that made athletes great when they focused strictly on football and trying to get money in the NFL. Now they're focused on getting money now in college or even high school, I heard. So I said, what are you doing different? He was like, I'm just working out, coach, and just getting ready. Okay. So I talked to another one of my athletes. I said, what are you doing different? Just came out of spring, had a good spring coat. I'm going to be running with the ones. Me and the other guy battling out still. Okay. I called another guy. What are you doing different? He said, Coach, I just came out the weight room. I'm on my way to the film room. Uh-oh. Light bulb. And when that kid told me that, I say, this is one that still understands the game of student athlete. Even though you get money, you still have to be a student athlete. Student to the game, student to the classroom. And this man here was actually haven't been at the school no more than 2 months. Okay, he graduated high school early, went to the school, did spring, maybe 6 months. He got there in January, my bad. That's my guy, Gavin Nix. I reminded him that I trained 6 linebackers. And Chris Dolorosa played at Georgia Southern. Tyree Owen played at Georgia Tech. Nick Nickerson played at North Carolina State. Yeah, Darren Monroe, that was at Washington State. Manny Milano was at Boston College. So I got all these linebackers. It's funny how all of them were going through some changes, except Matty. And the change they were going through was they can't get on the field. They're struggling to get back on the field. So I asked them this question. Are you in the film room? When everybody leave out the film room, do you stay? Do you come back that night when everybody going to the club? Do you get up in the morning, go in the workout, and go in the film room before you go to the regular class? No one said yes but Manny Milano. I told every last one of them, go in the film room, take a picture of yourself in the film room, video you in the film room, video you clicking on the door with your key card, video your notes, and send all that to the coach. Not just one time, every single time you go. Do something different. When he look at that coach, look at his phone, and he look at that phone and said, Low Wood, 8 Texas, Jason, 0, Mark, 1, Larry, 3. There it is. Because here's what I know and what my guys know now. When I talk to them, I call every last one of them back and told them the same thing that Gavin told me. And this is what my guys know. I said, listen to me. No one else is doing it. Do what no one else is doing. The athletes nowadays are not going in the film room doing extra film. They're not doing the extra. They ride around their fast Mustangs in their cars. They ride around all their big trucks. They got more girls now. Back when I was in school, girls was a dime a dozen. Now they're a quarter of a dozen. Different now. They got more girls, more cars, and more money to buy more weed. I say, do something different. Sure enough, every last one agreed. That's what they need to do. They need to do something different. So I asked one of my guys, I said, well, listen, I'm trying to put in your life, like guys, because the game has changed. The game has changed. I talked to one of my athletes. I said, how's it going? He said, spring went pretty good, coach. But we got a new coaching staff and they're getting rid of everyone. I said, what you mean? I said, yeah, coach, they ain't playing. The roster has cut down to 105 instead of 125. So that's D1. So you're cutting 20 kids. Goodbye. You're out. That's 20 gone. But here's the crazy part about it. They're getting rid of the 20 kids after the portal. The portal has closed. So that's 20 kids that's going home and nowhere else. Portal closed. You're done. So you're going to go home for the whole summer. Ain't no walk-ons in the D1. So all them kids going home. That's one. Take notes of that right there. Take notes. He said, one of my friends came up here. He been here 2 months. 2 months he been, coach. And they already got rid of him. I said, well, why would they get rid of him? He didn't do something right. He said, no, coach. They said he do not fit the scheme. He don't fit the defensive scheme that they are running. They might have ran a 3 down lineman, 4 linebacker last year, but this year they might be running 4 down lineman, 4 linebacker. He don't fit the scheme, so they got rid of him. So wow, the coaches are thinking about their families. The coaches are not thinking about your family, your athlete family. They're not. They're thinking about make sure my wife and children don't have to move again. That's what they are thinking. They're thinking, let me stay here and finish up my last years maybe. Or let me stay here and have a good run so I can get a bigger job in NFL maybe. Let me stay here so I ain't got to pack up and move again and again and again. They're trying to stay solid. Let me stay here so all my buddies, all my coaches, all my guys who I brought in, we want to have a solid base for some years. Let me stay here. So the best way for me to stay here is get guys in that I like, and who care about the guys that the old staff like. Get rid of them. The game has changed. The game have changed. Then I was talking to my other guy, I called one of my other boys. How's it going? He said, Coach, it's going pretty good. I said, I had a pretty good spring. I should be rolling with the ones. I said, great job. Now, this one came from a Power 4 to a mid-major D1, FCS, small D1. And he said to me, he said, Coach, I'm going to ball out this year so I can get back to Power 4. His mind is going in saying, I'm going to ball out to get to Power 4 again. So he told me. I said, okay. That's your goal? That you want to do? He didn't say, Coach, I'm going to ball out so I can get Player of the Year, Player of the Conference, #1 safety of the conference. He didn't say that. Maybe this school give me a little bit more money. Maybe I'll be the captain of the team. They care less. Mid-major kids, they want to get higher and bigger. They're not thinking of being happy and satisfied with that. Maybe that's where you belong. Because that Power 4, now you have the division mid-major. Maybe that's where you belong at. Maybe he belongs there. But that's not his mindset. So what? I'm not going to kill a dream. I'm going to say, well, you better do everything that you can to be #1 in the conference, #1 tackle on the team, #1 interception on the team, top All-American. You got to be all of that at this place first. And he paused for a minute. I said, why you pause? I ain't thinking of it like that, Coach. That's exactly. You was thinking about ball out. Ball out is one thing, but what is ball out? What does it mean for me to ball out? You got to know what it means. If you don't know, they don't know what it means to ball out, and they're not saying it. Don't just say I'm going to ball out. Say I'm going to be #1 in the conference. I'm going to be #1, be All-American, I'm going to be all first team. You got to put in they got to say it. Write it down. Text it to each other. Screenshot it. Put it in gold. Right on the mirror. They can't just say I'm going to ball out. What's ball out? You can ball out one game. But did you ball out all 12? Mindset. The mindset is so different. So different is the mindset. I talked to another one of my athletes. I'm calling every last one of them. I said, how your spring went? Went pretty good, Coach. I said, what's the plan, 1 or 2? It's going to be one or another. Well, it's 1. I got me and another guy battling for 1. We got another guy behind us. Then they got about a Bradford guy in there. So I said, yeah. So what's your mindset? I said, you telling me you going 1-1. You should say, I'm #1. 2, 3, and 4, I can care less about them. I'm #1. But that night, I'm battling 1 and 1, and I got 2, he ain't that good. No, I don't care. What is you doing? What's going on? I'm #1. We got to push them to know, to say it, to take it, to own it, to put in their life, I'm number one. I told him that. He said, you're right, coach. Our athletes are losing their confidence. They have no confidence anymore. They're nervous when they walk on the field. How can you play and every time you're nervous? Hope I don't make no mistake. Gonna pull me out. Hope I don't make no mistake. I'm not gonna start next week. Now, how can you play fast and play great when you worry about making a mistake? How? Because the coaches are coaching to satisfy. And they satisfy the ones they brought in because they're the ones they thought they were going to come in to make the money. That's who they paid. They're the ones they thought they were going to bring in to win. When the last time you seen the number one recruiting class in the country win the whole thing since Nick Saban, Alabama? Maybe 1 year with Georgia. Game has changed. Here's how bad the game has changed. A kid go to a school as a freshman. The next year, you transfer to another school. Then the next year, you transfer to another school. Which school is his alma mater? Which school is he truly alumni to? When he leave the first school, go to second school, do he still call the guys that he went to school with in the first school? When he leave the second school, go to the third school, do he remember the guys at the first school and the second school? What about the guy that did 6 different colleges? What school is his school? When he go in his closet, he got 6 different jerseys. I know he kept all the jerseys to remember all the places he been. Which one he loved the most? Which one that he's going to help him? What are you going to put in his resume? Freshman year, LSU. Sophomore year, Georgia State. Junior year, Georgia Tech. Senior year, Ferris State. Oh, he got a 5th year? Oh, wow. 5th year, Kansas State. 5 different schools. Is that what he's going to put on his resume? If I looked at that and saw on the resume and somebody went to 5 different schools and probably still didn't graduate, I'd be like, you're a runner. You're a school hopper. It's like my barber shop, right? I got a barber shop. I have barbers. And what barbers tend to do is shop hop. They call them shop hop. So because barbers get money so fast, especially on booth rental, it's like street money. But as soon as they get the money, instead of them being able to take it and send it to the bank, they spend throughout the day. Somebody coming by selling food, selling a shirt, selling some hats, whatever. The girl come in, the chick come in, they giving it the money. Somebody come in with a little boy, she pretty, free haircut, discount, they're a mess. It's what it is. But the ones that accept, credit cards and cash apps and things like that, you go right into the account. So that person who's still doing it the other way don't have the money. Now he can't pay a booth rent for 1 week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, then 4 weeks. And they say, no, gotta go. Now he go across the street to another barbershop. 6 months later, he had another barbershop, another barbershop. The bad part about it is every barbershop will open the door to a barber with license because they know they're going to get a couple months rent out of it and they got to empty the chair. I got to empty the chair. Let me get 3-4 months out of it before he don't pay again. I got a little money. It don't hurt them because it look electrical. It's just a chair. So they're going to make money regardless. So they get 2 months out of their profit because it don't hurt them for him to come in there. He's not going to do $300 in electric in 2 weeks. Shop hoppers. What barbers are. Football, ball hoppers, school hoppers. School to school to school to school to school. Building no network, building no relationship. My son-in-law did 4 years at Notre Dame. When he went to California, he was able to connect with Notre Dame people. That's what I love about that Notre Dame. Your freshman year, you come in, you're in the Dillon Hall, your roommate is from China. Your roommate is a non-athlete. So when you go to Notre Dame, you're going for academics. Still to this very day, it's still student. They love football to death, but you're still a student. They ain't dumbing down nothing with the classroom. You going to class. And that's why kids have to make the right choice when they pick the school they're going to. If you pick the school for the money, you might lose the money. If you pick the school for the coach, might lose the coach. Pick the school for the school, you never lose the school. The school don't pick up and move. The school ain't finna shut down. The school ain't, the president and most schools be there for 20 years. Still got the same lake behind the school. Same tradition at the school. When you come back, now you're coming back to the school. You graduate in 4 years, play NFL for 10 years. When you go back the same city to the school. But you never go back there to the same coach. You ain't the money gone by now. The game has changed. Who's your friend now? Who's their friend? Who you gonna call when you need something? Who you gonna call when you need a job? Who you gonna call? If you can't call the school you at a freshman year, they don't even know who you are anymore. You last a semester. Second year, third year, fourth year, you gonna go to the last school. You gonna walk and say, I graduated. I've been there one semester. Who are you? They don't even know you. You go to the school your last semester, and you graduate in December. Who are you? You better go to class. You got games on weekend. You leave on Friday. You go to one class twice a week. The professor don't know you. So it's time to go back and call that professor. Hey, professor, I'm looking for an intern. Well, sir, I don't know. Who are you again? The professors don't know you. The administrator don't know you. All people know you, the students, because you caught a touchdown. What if you were one of the athletes that didn't do great and wasn't a star? Think about Colorado. Right now, if I ask you guys to name 4 guys on the team, 4, you name the same 4 that everyone named. But give me 10 players on the team, you wouldn't dare know them. So what about the guys that didn't play? Who transferred in, who barely got in? No one knows their name. That means not only do the students don't know you, the people don't know you, the professor don't know you, no one knows you. So how do you network now? And then the players that coming in, they come and go. A group come in, a group leave out. A group come in, a group leave out. You never build a relationship as a team. If it was up to me, and I was a head coach, I'd make all the athletes stay in the dorm. Shedeur and his girlfriend, a now wife, but not Shedeur, take that back. Travis Hunter, they live in a house away from the team for 2 years. You didn't say no. Your roommate is your girlfriend. What did you do with the team? Besides when you went to practice, y'all little team bond. But what did you went home to your girlfriend, a whole separate house. What happened to the team unity, the team bonding, the team camaraderie? What happened? It's over. It's over. It's all about you and their mindset. There's I. In the dictionary, I won't be surprised if they change the way you spell team. T-I-A-M. They have changed, guys. The game has changed. Let's change the word from T-E-A-M to T-I-A-M. Because there's an I now in team. The game has changed. That's simple. And it's starting from the youth football, too. I'm 6-year-old. I post that I am in the transfer portal. I'm leaving one youth program to another youth program. Now, the kid didn't post it. The parent posted. Once a parent posts that, it opened up her world or his world. And normally it's the single mothers that do it. It just opened up the world. So I got a parent I seen online. She posted her son in the portal. So everybody talking about it. So it run across the ticker. So I said, no, let me look at it. Bing. So I look at the portal and I look at I look at the graphic and I went to the mom page. I'm like, who is this kid? He must be a beast. He going in the portal. So I look at it. He a great little athlete. So I'm scrolling down. Great athlete. Wow. Ooh, good training. Wow. Great athlete. Man, look at this kid here. This kid doing it. So the parent put him in. He going in the portal. He a great athlete. It's all on her page. But by the time I get down to about 6 clips, the next clip is of her half naked. Of her showing her body off in the kitchen on top of the table. It's her dressed with fishnet. It's her running around with a G-strap thong at the beach. It's her showing all her whole body, tattoos, everything over her whole body. It's her. So now, when the kid come to the team, them coaches, their whole game just changed. They don't went from this kid here who's a great athlete to this kid now because they got 2 things in mind. A good athlete and a mama that's fine. A mama that's showing it all. A mama that don't care what people are going to say to her son about where she is or what she doing. You don't know if the coach is really serious about your son or not. Or they're serious about you. Game has changed. The internet is destroying it. I tell you once again, look on the back of your phone. What fruit is on the back of that phone? The apple. The forbidden fruit. The game has changed. So all I say is, guys, make sure that you understand that when kids go in the portal when they're young, then they go to another team. Then they get to high school, they go to another team and another team. It becomes a pattern. And that pattern becomes a pattern in life. All I do is hop from team to team to team to team. I'm a runner. I'm a go. I go to where the best at. I ain't happy, I leave. I ain't happy, I leave. It's okay for me to leave because my mama says it's okay for me to leave. My daddy says it's okay for me to leave. Some situations you have to leave, but most of them they leave because they want to find an image instead of going with what's authentic. Who's real? Who's serious? Who's doing it for development for the kid and not just to win? You don't go into game anymore about winning. You go in the game about developing. The time has changed. All of a sudden, he meet a girl. They get an argument, leave. Meet another girl. Get an argument, leave. Get another girl. Get an argument, leave. Uh-oh, now he's jumping. Now he's running. Girl to girl. Get married, divorce. Get married, divorce. Happens. I know. I can relate a little bit. All I'm telling you is, guys, focus on the game. The original game. Keep some old school in your game. Because the game have changed. Don't follow an image. Follow what's authentic. Focus on being a student athlete, not an athlete student. Focus on playing football and not playing money ball. Because the money will come. I talked to my last athlete that's in the NFL right now, and I asked him why he didn't chase the money. He said, because the money will come. Now he in the NFL, making that money good in a good, positive way. I'm not saying they're wrong, go get the money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, make sure you get the money the way you intend to get. And let it not because you just want the money. Because the money is the root. So when you get money, you get it because you earn it. Don't just get it just because they feel like they don't give you the money. That's not good money. That's called fast money. Fast money go fast. Slow money go slow. Fast money go fast. Slow money go slow. And you are listening to Low on the Listen to Low show. Make sure you like my page. Subscribe it. Share it. Tell a friend. Tell them to look at it every Monday night at 7 p.m. Listen to what I got to say. Put it in your life. Sweet Fire Production bring it to you every Monday at 7 p.m. Keep watching the YouTube page. Camp King 12. Camp with a K. Also follow Camp King Nation. Follow ExcelSpeed.com, Excel Speed Training. And I'm your boy, Coach Low for Life, a.k.a. the Camp King. And you are listening to Low on the Listen to Low show every Monday night. Be yourself, because everyone else is taken.